Hello YouTube, welcome to another Seed of Andromeda update video. I've been hard at work this week on the biome system, and I made a whole bunch of changes to it. I pretty much revamped the whole thing, so now it's given me the ability to make a lot of cool new stuff. For instance, this oasis biome. The oasis biome is a sub-biome of the sandy desert biome, and then the sandy desert biome overwrites whatever biome is normally there. We have basically, right now is a three-tier system, but it can actually go to any depth you want. We have the base biomes, which are the biomes you have already come to know, like the default forest or just tundra. And then we have special biomes like sandy deserts and oases that can overwrite that biome. And it ends up giving us basically an infinite amount of detail that we can apply to the world. Because as we add new biomes, their conflicts will basically resolve themselves. We don't have to worry about them overlapping. We just specify a temperature and humidity range for the biome to spawn in and give it some noise functions to determine how it is dispersed, and it will basically just create the world however we want it. I'd also like to take your attention to these new trees. These are palm trees. These were made by Sebastian Corfitzen, one of the designers, and I actually like the way they look. However, we are going to want to change the way the leaves look, and I'm going to have to actually do a little bit more code for the leaf system, because right now he has very few tools to work with to make these trees, so we just kind of made them with what he had, and even still I think they look good. Also, I forgot to mention in the last video that trees do have roots now. So anyways, let's move on to the clouds. They are actually the same as they were before, except they're much better textured right now. Scuttles actually made these textures for me last week, and we also have alpha blending now, so it gives the clouds a lot more random puffy looks, but we still need to actually make new cloud types and have the different layers of clouds. That will come in the future, and of course cloud shading. Right now there isn't any cloud shading. When the sun sets, it just kind of goes dark, so that's definitely for a future update. Let's move on. We have shown you oases, sand. Alright, so let's go to the actual sandy desert, which I haven't showed you. We have now in the desert, I think this is some dunes, we have sand dunes. I think they look pretty good. It's just a ridge noise function. They can, as you can see, they can grow to be very, very big. And thanks to caves, they can also be very precarious. If I break this, it's going to be quite a mess. So I'll do it. Oh yes. Love those sand physics. This will eventually lag the game. So the way deserts work is there are just a few palm trees every now and then. Other than that, they're pretty much dry, except if you find an oasis, there will be much needed water there, and there will be maybe some fruity plants around so you can actually get some food. So if you do spawn in the desert, I don't want it to be completely hopeless. Right now, if I fly up, you'll see that the desert is pretty small. This is going to be much bigger, especially when we have more sub-biomes and features. The actual layout of the biomes is going to be a lot more realistic. They're going to be bigger, and they're going to be more located where you would actually expect them to be. So let's move on to, I think, here we go. This is the semi-arid desert. Think Wild Wild West. That's basically what we're going for with this one. And it can occur pretty close to the sandy desert because it has a similar temperature and rainfall requirement. It has its own tree types, these cool little desert trees that Sebastian made. I really like the way they look. And then it has these rock formations. This is the only rock formation we have now, but of course I just made this, so there are plenty more we can add. You will notice that there's this really weird effect going on with those little sand blocks. That will change. That will get fixed. I just need to get around to it. I'm not going to be adding any new features anytime soon. I'm going to be adding just new biome types and fixing old features and doing things like fixing this and all these graphical glitches you're probably seeing. All of this stuff needs to be fixed before I devote any real time to other stuff, including probably water pressure. I am working on water pressure a little bit, but I don't want to waste away all of my time on water pressure. Oh, also you'll probably notice the world is a bit brighter. I did brighten the world, which is why these particles look too dark. I forgot to brighten the particles, and I forgot to brighten physics blocks, so I'll need to definitely do that. Tell me guys what you think about this biome, and of course please give me suggestions for other biomes that you would like. I do have already suggestions for most of the common biomes you would think of, like some volcanic biomes and stuff, but if you have any crazy alien biome ideas, go ahead and give me those, because that's pretty much all these next few weeks are going to be about, is making all these new biomes and just fixing old features. This is a jungle tree of some sorts that Sebastian made. A lot of the old biomes have been stripped out and just completely done away with them because we want to actually just redo the whole thing. I think that's about it. I will show you one small thing. Oh no, there's something I really want to show you. There's a bug that I noticed today, and instead of fixing it, I wanted to show it to you guys because you guys liked the other bug that I showed you. That was the like the weird water bug with all the crazy spawning blocks. So what happens is there is this layer of water spawning underneath the sand. Um, I don't know, I don't really know why it's spawning right now, but I'll fix it. So what do you think is going to happen when I break a sand block and cause the sand blocks to update? Here's what happens. Ta-da! Basically the sand just falls down and then switches places with the water, because it can't just make the water disappear. It has to, swap. So it causes this just infinite propagation of block updates that cause the sand blocks to fall down and fill up the empty gap, or the water gap, I should say. I think that's a pretty cool thing. People can actually probably end up leveraging this to make all kinds of crazy contraptions or traps or something like this in the future. You could just maybe somehow spawn in some sand and not update it and have water beneath it, and then if the player updates it, it falls down and does something crazy. This is lagging my game right now because I'm sure we have a bunch of particle effects going on and physics blocks spawning everywhere. Do have some optimization to do, because the water physics are really fast, but the things resulting from the water physics, like mesh updates, water particles, physics blocks, those things aren't really that fast. They do kind of cause the FPS to drop. So that is something I do want to optimize in the future. This obvious seam right here hopefully should be fixed, or it should be broken up a little bit. I'm going to need to maybe do some interpolation to fix that, because with the old system it was really easy. I just sampled the color from a texture. With this system, the color is hard-coded into the biome, so I'm probably just going to interpolate the terrain texture depending on what blocks are there and things like that. So, is there anything I've forgotten? There is nighttime shading now. I forgot who suggested it, but one of you suggested it in the comments, that the nighttime sky have proper shading so it doesn't just have like a starry horizon. As you can see, the stars kind of fade away to black as they fall down. That looks a lot better. Thanks, whoever suggested it. I'll have to go look later. I forgot. If you guys have any suggestions, ways to make it look better, ideas for new biomes, let me know. Stay tuned for next week. Got some cool things I have cool things in store. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot swamps. I'm gonna cut the video and fly to a swamp so I can show that to you. Hey, sorry about that. Here is a swamp. Let me fly over to it. So swamps are one of the new biomes, and it's only made possible by the new system I have implemented. I know these faraway tree approximations look pretty terrible right now. We're probably going to need to make specific billboards for each tree type, but have a look at these swamp trees. They are just so cool. Sebastian made them using the tree algorithms. It's basically a combination of these droopy leaves with your standard leaves, and then really crazy branch types and directions. And then, of course, you have your murky water with the dirt instead of sand at the bottom. And right now, you pretty much probably have seen these leaves a lot, or these flora a lot. It's because we haven't actually done any work with the flora system recently. That's going to be changing as we work on the rest of the biomes. So, as I have previously said, leave your comments in the description, or in the comment section. Check the description for a full change log, and have a great day.